Well, Jeff Zucker's CNN departure adds another embarrassing headline to the network's long list of controversies. But his exit is raising new questions about the network and their reliable sources.
Here to break it down, Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, you have a FoxNews.com op-ed on this very topic, and you say there is much more to this story. So the question is, what is it?
Well, for starters, obviously, Carly, the turmoil, the anger, the back and front stabbing at CNN right now, it's like King's Landing, all right? Forget Game of Thrones. It's Game of Microphones over there, okay? The network is Winterfell 2.0. I mean, look, you had a meeting yesterday, internal. Anchor Jake Tapper called Chris Cuomo a hostage who is, a terrorist who is holding the network hostage. Called him the bad guy, as if Jeff Zucker here is the good guy. And reports now are saying that Jeff Zucker and his girlfriend, who was one of the top executives there, Allison Gollust, coached then Governor Andrew Cuomo on interviews on how to best attack then President Trump at the time on his handling of COVID. Yet CNN is lionizing Jeff Zucker, this activist president, as if he's the most ethical, most successful network president in history. And let's talk about the successful part, by the way. CNN has lost 90% of its audience from the same date in 2021. Think about that. 10 people who were watching CNN 1 year ago, 9 of them have left the room now. Reports also say that we are seeing that this relationship between Zucker and Gallup hasn't been going on since COVID, like CNN has been reporting. It's been going on since Fox News was born in 1996, 25 years. So this relationship between Zucker and Gollust, not even an open secret, it was open. And it's just so fitting that even in its reporting of the resignation of its network's president, you have CNN's media guy omitting or misrepresenting multiple key details of a story that he absolutely has intimate details of. Warner Media heads and news stakeholders here, are certainly taking note of this, no question.
Well, that's a great point, Joe. In fact, we can show you an insider talking to Daily Mail called out CNN's media guy, Brian Stelter, saying the network needs to step up and fire Brian Stelter. He is allegedly our top media reporter, yet he failed to report on the scoop that everyone in the office knew. And if he wants to say he didn't know, he is truly terrible at his job. Harsh words, Joe. Does Brian survive this?
That's an excellent question because, you know, we're supposed to believe that a network president of about 10 years has to abruptly resign because of a consensual relationship with another single executive. Not one person on the planet believes this yet. This is what CNN's media correspondent is trying to push. The bottom line is that Chris Cuomo apparently has the goods, the receipts on his former boss, and he wants to get paid out on his contract at this point. And to think that nobody knew about this relationship or CNN's media correspondent is suddenly shocked and surprised by all of this. He was very close to the network president, probably still is, probably still texting him multiple times a day on how to handle this. So what happens from here, that's up to the new stakeholders from Discovery. When they take over, they're going to look at this culture here at CNN and say, okay, who needs to stay and who needs to go, where we could get this stench off of us at this point. So it's up to them. I'm not going to wager a guess on that.
Yeah, well, your Game of Thrones analogy was very fitting. I never want to be a part of any type of situation that is related to that. Joe, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday.
Joe.
Oh, no problem. When Pyro's around, you got to watch your back. But you're safe with Griff. He's one of the good guys. He's Jon Snow of Fox News. Believe me.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.